Okay, so today we are going to be graphing and writing inequalities, and our goal is to be able to identify solutions to inequalities that have just one variable, and we're going to be able to write the inequality and graph it. Alrighty, so let's consider this equation. 2 plus x is greater than 7. So we can agree that there are many solutions to this problem because we've got the greater than sign. So until today, we have been working with an equal sign. So we would have been able to come up with a single solution for x. But in fact, we're going to find that there are many solutions, in fact, infinite numbers of solutions to 2 plus x is greater than 7. So let's figure some out by trying some numbers. So I've set up this little table here where we're putting in a value for x, putting it into the expression on the left-hand side of this equation, 2 plus x, and then trying to test to see if it solves the inequality. Okay, so first we tried -2. If I add -2 as x to 2, that gives me 0. Is 0 the value of the left side of the equation greater than 7? No, it's not. So let's try and see what happens if I put in a 0 for x. So 2 plus 0 will give me 2. So is 2 greater than 7? No, it's not. So this is not yet a solution. So let's try something that's a little bit closer. How about 4.99? If I add 2 plus 4.99, that gives me 6.99. And is 6.99, the value on the left-hand side, greater than 7? Nope, not yet. Okay, so let's try the number 5. When we were solving this equation, when 2 plus x equals 7, we knew that that x was equal to 5. Does that work in an inequality? So 2 plus 5 is 7. Is 7 greater than 7? No, it's not. So we haven't yet found a solution. So we're going to have to go a little bit bigger than 5. Let's try 5.01. 2 plus 5.01 is 7.01. Now let's check. Is 7.01 greater than 7? Yes, in fact, it is. So we found a single solution, but there will be many to this inequality. So in words, you know that any number that is greater than 5 will be a solution to this inequality. All right, so now let's look at a graph and see what this looks like. So here I've got a is less than -2. So I'm going to find -2 on my number line. I'm going to draw an open circle around the number 2 because it says it's less than. It's not equal to -2, so I can't include that -2 in my solution. My a is going to be any number that's less than -2, so I'm going to come out to the left here on the number line. So anything over here to the left and going to negative infinity will be a solution to this inequality. A is less than -2. Because -2 is not included, it is not part of the solution. All right, here's another one. I've got a is greater than or equal to -3 times 5 minus 6, or -3 times -1, or 3. So I want to know when a is greater than or equal to. So I'm going to go down to 3, and I'm actually going to fill that in because 3 is a possibility. Is 3 greater than or equal to 3? Yes, in fact, it is. But I also know that any number out here to the right on the number line will also solve that inequality. So now let's turn that backwards. I've got a visualization of that graph, and I want to know how to write this in algebra. So here, notice I've got this little donut or open hole at -2.5. So I know that -2.5 is not included in my solution set, and it's going to the left. So I'm going to say that x, sorry about that x is less than, but not equal to, only less than, -2.5. It's an open circle, so it's not included in the solution set. But let's try one where it is. See how this one is all filled in. Notice that negative 1.5 is included in the solution set. So negative 1.5 is okay. So I'm going to say that that is equal, but notice I'm going greater than. So x must be greater than, or it can equal negative 1.5. All right, so now I'm going to take a real-world example. The members of a lightweight crew team can weigh no more than 165 pounds each. I need to define a variable and write an inequality for the acceptable weights of the team members. I'm going to graph that solution. So I want to let W equal their weight, and I'm going to say that W is less than or equal to 165 because it said no more than. So they could be 165, just nothing greater than 165. So they would be less than or equal to 165. So I'm going to draw that number line, find 165 out there. I know that my 165, I'm going to change pen colors here for a second. I know that my 165 is included in the solution, and I need to be less than 165. I also know that in the real world, I can't be a negative weight, so I'm going to definitely want to stop at 0 because no person is going to have a negative weight. So just allowing for reality and the real world, I'm going to stop it at 0. All right, so basically what I need you to get out of today's video is that before, when we were working with equalities, I've got a left side and a right side that are always equal, so they always balance. When I solved, I had one, usually I had just one solution. But now that we've got inequalities, we've got more than one solution. So we're going to plug in numbers, see what happens, and we're going to be able to find a solution and graph it. Tomorrow we'll start adding and subtracting to solve an inequality. I will be watching for notes tomorrow, so please have those ready at the beginning of class.